Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula, and welcome to today's Pokemon GO deep dive video. Today we're going to be looking at the latest Mega Evolution to come to Pokemon GO, and it is one that is definitely going to be a game changer. Of course, I'm talking about Mega Scizor. This Steel and Bug type Mega Evolution is going to be very useful in a lot of different game modes, so you will want to make sure you collect the Mega Energy for this one. I'm going to be telling you why in this video, so let's roll the intro and get right into it. Okay, let's dive right into it. So, Mega Scizor is the newest Mega Evolution to be added to Pokemon GO, and this is going to be one of the most useful Mega Evolutions that you could use. So I highly suggest you get the Mega Energy for this Mega Evolution whenever you have the opportunity to do so. Right, so with that said, let's get into the details for Mega Scizor. This Mega Evolution is a Bug and Steel type Pokemon, and it doesn't gain any additional types when it Mega Evolves, so it's going to be a beefed up version of its non-Mega Evolution form. It's going to have an attack stat of 279, a defense stat of 250, and a stamina stat of 172. Overall, this makes Mega Scizor one of the most well-rounded Mega Evolutions currently in the game. It has an extremely high attack stat compared to others, and also a really high defense stat. The only caveat is that its stamina stat is quite low, but that's okay because it does make up for it with a plethora of different resistances. Because the Steel and Bug typing synergize really well, this Pokemon only has one weakness, which is of course Fire, and about 9 different resistances. Mega Scizor is resistant to Grass types and Poison types, both of which it has a double resistance to. It is also resistant to Bug types, Dragon types, Fairy types, Ice types, Normal types, Psychic types, and Steel types. This is an unprecedented number of resistances for a single Pokemon, so you should definitely utilize that in both PvP and raid battles. Speaking of which, I'm not necessarily sure how useful this Pokemon will be in PvP, and that's of course because it does have lower stamina compared to other Mega Evolutions. But considering that this Pokemon has so many different resistances as well as a good move pool, I imagine that it will make some appearances in the Master League once it is eligible. But in terms of raid battles, this Pokemon is going to be extremely useful. Especially if the raid boss is weak against Bug type attacks and Steel type attacks, this Pokemon is definitely one you will want to use. Right now, Mega Scizor is probably going to be your absolute best Mega Evolution with Bug types and Steel types, and that is of course because of the high amount of damage that this Pokemon deals in raid battles. Think of it as kind of like Mega Gengar. Mega Gengar is a bit of a glass cannon and it's extremely useful and powerful in raid battles. Mega Scizor is basically kind of the same thing, only it's going to boost up Bug types and Steel types in your raid party. For any raid boss that has the Fairy typing, for example, this Pokemon is going to be the absolute best one that you can use against that raid boss. Not only will it boost up the other Steel types in your raid party, but considering that this Pokemon does have a resistance to Fairy type attacks, it's going to be extremely valuable and extremely useful in those circumstances. So let's say you want to use Mega Scizor in raids. Well, you're going to boost up the attack damage of other Pokemon in your raid party depending on what moves Mega Scizor has. Well, these are the moves that it can come with. It can come with the Fast Attack Fury Cutter or Bullet Punch, and in terms of its charge attacks, it could come with either Iron Head, X-Scissor, or Night Slash. The obvious choice out of all of these is that you go with Fury Cutter as the fast attack, and then for its charge attacks, I would go with X-Scissor and Iron Head. Every single one of these moves benefits from Stab, so they are going to be extremely powerful and extremely useful in raid battles. And even in PvP, I would go with these moves as well, considering the high energy generation as well as the high DPS of Fury Cutter mixed in with X-Scissor and Iron Head. That's going to make Mega Scizor a really powerful Pokemon in PvP. Now, something to keep in mind when it comes to Mega Scizor is that it is kind of like the best Mega Evolution right now for Bug types and Steel types, but it is going to be replaced with future Mega Evolutions. When it comes to bug types, there's going to be much better bug type Mega Evolutions in the future. I'm specifically talking about Mega Pinsir as well as Mega Heracross. Both of those will out DPS this Pokemon in the future once they are released. And when it comes to steel types, of course, there's going to be Mega Metagross, which is going to be the absolute best steel type attacker in the game once it is released. But yeah, until those Megas arrive to Pokemon Go, it is safe to use this Pokemon in raid battles, and I really do suggest you do so because not a lot of Pokemon out there have both the bug and steel typing, and like I said before, they synergize really well. If you have the Stardust to spare as well as a really high IV Scizor, then I do suggest you power it up as much as you can and use it in raid battles until those future Megas get added into the game. It might take a very long time before those Megas do get introduced, so chances are you will be using Mega Scizor quite a lot. Alright, so closing thoughts, I'm really excited about this Mega Evolution being introduced into Pokemon Go. I really do think it's going to be a game changer for the time being. I really do like the fact that Niantic is introducing Pokemon that is going to be extremely useful for both raid battles and PvP. Of course, I say PvP loosely because we still do not know how this Pokemon will perform in the Master League, but I predict that it will do really well. The only concern I have is, of course, that low stamina, so we'll just have to wait and see just how impactful this Pokemon is, but considering it has really high defense stats as well as a lot of different resistances, I really do think this Pokemon will make an impact once it is eligible to be used in the Master League. And then when it comes to raid battles, I really do think this Pokemon is going to find some immediate use, especially because we have Zacian coming to raid battles at the end of this month, and this Pokemon may actually be useful because of its bug typing. So yeah, I suggest going out and getting as much Mega Scizor energy as you possibly can so that you could have enough of it to use this Mega Evolution as often as possible whenever it is useful in raid battles. But yeah, considering that Mega Scizor is not future-proof, that means you could feel free to save your Stardust for Mega Heracross or Mega Pinsir or Mega Metagross once those get released, and I'm pretty sure this Pokemon will be forgotten once those Pokemon are available. But yeah, that's going to be it for this deep dive video. Let me know your thoughts regarding this Mega Evolution in the comment section down below. Is this a Mega Evolution that you plan to use as often as possible? Definitely share why in the comments below, and let's have a great discussion. And if you ended up enjoying this video and found it to be useful, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And don't forget that little bell so you stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support this channel in any way, then do consider checking out the links in the description below. For all of my patrons, they get a permanent spot on my in-game friends list, so if you want to remote raid with me or interact with me in some way in Pokemon Go, then do consider becoming a patron on Patreon. Alright, so that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I will catch you all later.